a mom, which I am before anything else in this world.
Right.
All right. Just make sure you know that's why I know I'm an adult.
Right.
I am there. So they had these things, and I was like, what the fuck? I've been putting bags in the drawer for a long time, but right now, they have it. It was my biggest buy of last year.
How much was the bags?
$13. $13. For $13, I could separate hella meals.
Yeah.
I could provide for my family and my household. It's just me and my youngest. My kids are 9 years apart.
Right.
So they're not in the same place all the time. Don't get me wrong. Naya pulls up. She's like, Ma, would you cook? And she's a vegan. But she's like, is there chicken in the oven? I'm like, duh. What the fuck else am I cooking?
This is a black household.
That's your life. I've had to struggle with that long enough.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. As a biracial.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But now that I'm old enough, I tell you to pick the side. It's not my decision here. And now I say things like, I don't use black and white. I say black and Lithuanian. Because my mother was Lithuanian. And then I get all these people who say, what is Lithuanian? That sounds exotic. I said white.
It's white. It's still white.
Yeah. We became independent from Polish. So if I said I was black and Polish, that means I was black and white. Yeah. To the most of the people that I grew up with.
All these years, I never knew that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Jan Timkowski.
I should have known. I should have known from last name. But
no, it's shortened to Timko.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's got a story. Her family had a story. I wish she was still alive so we can talk about this.
I know.
It's all right.
Miss her.
She's holding a seat for me.
Rest in peace.
She's holding a seat for me. Never. She's going to argue my way into the gate. Like, I know my daughter did this, but we're going to be here. Let her in. Right. I'll be knocking. She's going to be knocking on the other side.
Trying to bust that door down for you.
Or she's going to come out. We're going to go down together.
Like, fuck it. You know, I tried my best. We just going to go down together.
Yeah. Let's not talk politics and religion because then we're going to talk about the vaccine.
The vaccine. We're going to stay away from the vaccine.
100%. 100%. I am not here to do that. But the devil pays attention to details.
Yeah.
I believe it.
I believe it.
I believe it.
And,
matter of fact, you were raised Catholic, right?
Yes, I was.
Okay. So as an adult who was not raised Catholic, we had a hard time burying my mother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You know, they cut us out because we were black kids.
But what was she raised as?
Catholic.
She was. Okay.
And in order for us to bury her there, and they are not about cremation, but one thing my mom was about not being a burden. Yes. She didn't feel like the greatest of moms. You understand what I'm saying? But that's her adult thing that she didn't get together with.
But, you know, I didn't know her that well, but she got it done.
Yeah.
She did what she needed to
100%.
do. 100%. Any means necessary.
Listen.
Let me tell you, there was times where, you know, my mother couldn't afford school clothes or whatever. She was adulting and trying to pay for, you know, houses. She couldn't afford to keep me in good schools. And that was the problem.
Talk about it.
We could have lived probably a more financially stable life if she, you know, went to Hartford or somewhere where she could afford to be at. But she was more about, I want you to be in the schools that you're going to get the best education. Therefore, there was many times where there wasn't food in the house. There wasn't, you know, and your mother hooked me up with school clothes one year. I'll never forget that.
Yes, that's what she did.
She brought me like a whole bag of clothes, like pick whatever you want, da, 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 da. And I literally remember that moment of being so excited because I've never went school shopping in my life. So
I married my husband because he didn't have any other moments with his mom other than food stamps on the 1st and the 15th. So I get it. I didn't. I met you, Rasan, and everybody coming in. You guys don't know our backstory, but we are sisters.
Yep.
Her mother and my father share a kid. We don't know where this kid is at right now. But he's an adult. He's a brother. He made his decision to be exactly where he's at. But that's what you have to do as an adult. I don't know if that's an adult or as a parent. You have to decide you have one pork chop and you got to share this.
Yeah.
There was pork on my fork growing up. There's beef in my teeth. I don't know what's going on here. Yeah. We got a lot of vegans out here. We're not against you guys.
We can't afford to be vegan.
Understand. Yeah.
We would love to be vegan. Produce.
Yeah. That's adulting decision.
You go to Stop and Shop, all that shit's recalled. So you're either going to get E. coli for a $3.50 bag.
Who wants to kill their kid as an adult?
Or you're going to go to Whole Foods and not pay your rent. So, I mean,
you have a choice.
And that's what being an adult is all about.
Yeah.
Making the right, I don't want to say the right choices. You can't always, it is
the right
make
choice
the right choice
for you.
It's the best choice for you at the moment.
Listen, as an adult, you claim your shit, you own your shit, you live your shit. And my spectrum of how I live and where I live has nothing to do with anybody else thinks. I'm completely comfortable where I am. As an adult, this is what I am doing. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not here to get trained or to guide or anybody to guide me. Mm-hmm. I'm comfortable in my lane. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm a full-grown adult, and this is what I do. So that's what you have to do as an adult. It might not sound comfortable to everybody else, but you have to be this way for you. When you're comfortable in your space, people will respect it. They might not like it, but they will respect it. An adult is being respected.
And being a leader.
Yes.
Because you're leading your family. No,
because you can be a ringleader of a circus. We're not going to go there.
But I was just saying, you have to show your children some sort of leadership.
No, respectfully. I understand. I was just joking.
Yeah, but it's like,
But that's adulting.
If you're used to somebody else making your decisions, you can't be an adult.
No, not at all.
Yeah, you gotta have your own
being an adult is making your own decisions.
Yes.
Agreed. I didn't think we'd get here this early in the podcast. So let's talk about who has a Valentine. No, I'm kidding. No, 100%. I totally agree with her. My girl.
Yeah.
My guy.
No guy over here.
Gotta be careful with the sultry
Full
voices.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of pretenders out there. I am not one of them. Transformers. I respect you guys.
Yeah, definitely.
I love
because
my
you made a decision
LGTB,
as an adult.
Whatever people. But
listen, my daughter was Miss Pride last year.
Really?
Let me show you the picture.
You guys can't see the picture, but
yeah. We will post it because she definitely she's comfortable with it. We will post it. And she's an adult legally.
Legally. Yeah. But
we gotta reset this one.
Yeah. But I feel like with adulting, there's so many resources that, depending on your demographic, who you're around, who's your environment, you're not gonna know things necessarily. And
facts.
I feel like if I was in the inner city, I would have been exposed to the help and the stuff that I needed to provide better for my kids at that time. But being that I was in the suburbs and they just are literally not prepared for people to have children out of wedlock. So there's like
is it
no help out there.
Prepared, or is it?
I mean, it's like down south with this crazy weather storms where they're just like, oh my God, close everything because there's an inch of snow.
Well, they closed
don't know what
school
to do
on Friday, which was completely unnecessary. We live in New England.
Yeah,
we live in New England. I'm not. It has nothing to do with that. Being non-prepared, you can be completely non-prepared as an adult. But it's about how you push forward through it. Right. I don't believe the person who shut down schools was an adult. Or they even grew up in New England. Maybe they're still a baby.
Yeah, I mean, who knows? Vibes. But at the end of the day, like, if they're not prepared and they're just not used to those problems.
That's adulting.
Then they don't know how to guide you in the right direction. No. Because back then, I mean, we're talking about 21 years ago, 21 plus years.
They walked across. You've never heard the stories about how they walked through miles and all this? I think that was super adulting. They made their kids walk. Or super parenting.
Well, I remember walking through fucking blizzards and shit, and I got asthma because of it.
No, what the realistic, the real view is, we're the insurance capital of the world.
Yeah.
We're the sue me, do me state.
Mm-hmm.
No one wants to get sued.
Yeah.
And as an adult, we don't want to get
That's
sued.
true.
Yeah.
I never even thought about
Yeah,
that.
no, we have the Hartford.
Yep.
I can go on and on and
Yeah,
on about
Aetna,
this.
Connecticut.
No, Aetna's now
literally-
CVS. I did top floor events up there.
Yeah.
I saw ice sculptures that I've never seen before. We had bottles of $500. We did silent service. Let me tell you my day of adulting.
Yeah.
I decided I did not want to be there.
Uh-huh.
I didn't want to be there. I felt like I was in an auction on Black History Month. We weren't even allowed to talk to them. We had to clear on this side. We were allowed to do this and that. Everybody in the room had $1 million or better.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What town was this in?
Hartford.
Hartford.
Aetna.
I
work for a company. We'll leave them out, but the outsources bartenders and this and that, and they put us there. They didn't, really care about anything as long as you came in and were able to put on your monkey suit. That's what I call it, 100%, because half of them weren't tailored. Like, I go and I show up as an adult to be where I'm at because I'm dressed and I'm ready for the occasion. But as long as you said that you can do this or you're willing to do this, they would give you a shirt, they would give you a tie, and they would give you a vest. But over there, it was a different ballgame. We were not allowed to talk to them.
That's crazy.
And I'm a social person. As a bartender, as a waitress, as a banquet bartender for 15 years. That's how I make my bank.
Right.
By telling you, don't buy this because you can buy this or this. I lost a lot of jobs by downselling. But I'm a human before I'm anything else.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And I'm a mom and I'm a frugal person. You can call me cheap, but this is where it goes.
Right.
I have a picture of Everybody Hates Chris' dad in my wallet. And I open it up every time I'm not prepared to spend a bunch of money. But that's the reality.
I don't even know why that show got canceled, but
I know.
that's besides the point. But yeah.
You have to.
It's
make
hard
a
out
decision.
there, and I just want to let everybody know that there is resources. If you're in Connecticut, because we're based in Connecticut, so that's what we can speak off of. But I mean, 211 is really the best resource you can reach out to. I feel like that MTV show Teen Mom kind of glorifies being a mother as a teen. And if that show was around when we were pregnant, I think it would have went a whole different way.
Oh, 100%.
But because them, one of them became a porn star and making bank now. But like they have these reality TV shows to fall off of for money, and it's just like it's not giving anything to the community for people who don't have that outlet and don't have access to that.
So I don't know if this is parenting or adulting.
It's both.
Okay, because there's still households, and this is the households I will be 100% honest, where I am today as an adult that I do not agree with. Don't talk about what goes on in my house. Don't do stuff in your house that I can't talk about.
Right. Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
As a parent and as a child, I don't ever want to be faced with something I can't say anything about.
Right.
They make it seem that kids do not have a voice. And it happened for so long that kids have too much of a voice.
Too much of a voice.
Yeah. Because if you watch like episodes of like SUV and this and that, every case is based off of something. Right? They say Viva Diva versus Asset. You understand what I'm saying? You can change the law. My intro to law class let me know that you can change. That's why they're numbered. That's why it says every case is held different.
Yeah.
But
there's so many outlets for people who are young adults, don't know what they're doing. They're trying to get out of their parents' home or whatever the case is. But there's Section 8. And that's something that you could be on the list for a long time. But at the end of the day,
it's
what
been
people
abused
don't know
for too long. That's
it
why
has
the
been
list
abused,
is so
but
long.
There's people that like they go and get on the Section 8 list far out, like a town that's way farther than where you're from, because you'll get on that list faster. And then what people don't know is after a year they can transfer back.
No, 100%, 100%.
So there's all these loopholes that a lot of people just don't understand. And there's programs for people. There's churches
what
that
happens
help.
to, and I'm going to tell you this 100%, and there are some things that I wish that my dad would have did a little different, but I felt like my dad adulted a lot sooner than most people.
Right, yeah.
He talked about free shit. He talked about being able to get free shit, being judged. There are people that will judge you on this. As long as both my